So we are a team from now, and we will be talking about different forms of therapies, different types of therapies, and more of this journey will be your self-exploration journey, self-discovery journey. So as in counseling, hum yehi nahi hai that it's not like that we are giving it to somebody. Till the time we do not understand who we are, then only we can help somebody else. If I get triggered because of some things, I may or may not take certain sessions. It will be very difficult and triggering for me, right? Because I can't handle at that point of my own emotions. It will be very, very difficult for me at that point. So just to understand the basics of psychology and basics of counseling as in a psychology subject, we will be talking more about self as a form of a self-discovery. And we can always in self-enhancement, I will be giving a certain activities, certain group discussions and different forms of, I will be teaching you certain therapies also when we are towards our advanced skills. So I will be teaching you certain therapies also. So we will be doing and practicing those therapies here in online sessions itself, so that you experience. So till the time we do not experience something, we do not understand. जब तक हमने कुछ खुद ही नहीं देखा होता है, तब तक हमें नहीं समझ आता है where the person is standing or what it actually means to us, right? Understood? So the first thing which we will be starting will be our introduction. And in the introduction, I would really like you all to talk about firstly who you are and what are your likes and dislikes. Any three things. Okay? Very difficult task, huh? Muskan is smiling and even Rishi. Right? Because it's very, very difficult sometimes to understand that what we actually like. हम लोग बड़ा ऊपर ऊपर से सोचते हैं that I like mangoes, I like toffees, I like chocolates. But what I actually like. So certain things which is deeper in you. Of course, ये तो हो गए primary likings. These are our primary likings, that I like chocolates, I like rajma chawal and everything. But what do I actually, what makes myself as a person, what makes me happy? Whenever I see certain thing or when I do certain hobby or activity, what is that which makes me happy and what is the things which trigger me a lot? Okay, shall we start? So have you seen Big Boss?
I know it exists, but I don't follow it. I don't follow it.
Okay, so in that there is a task which happens in every Monday. It is nominations. Okay, so this time I will be nominating anybody of you, like any one of you, and then it will be your chance to nominate somebody else to speak, so that everybody gets fair chance to get to know about each other. Will that be all right? Let's start with Juliet Maria Thomas itself.
Oh my goodness. All right. Hi everyone. The moment I said okay, I sort of sensed I might be the person you would pick. So it's nice to start my first class. So greetings to all of you. So who am I? I'm supposed to tell first, right? Maybe that question is too hard as of now. It's a very deep
Chalo,
question.
the primary one first.
Primary one, I would usually address when I'm introducing myself to people. I would say I am mysterious. If you want to know me, just hang around with me. So that would leave people in, that why she's saying that. I used to be an introvert when I was a child and even now, because job demands me, I have started communicating and talking to people. However, because I'm too quiet, people find me mysterious, and only when they get close to me, they get to know what I am. So I would say in one word, I'm mysterious, the first thing. And what I like adventure. I like to explore. If you just allow me to go into the forest and just live with a couple of people or alone, I can do that. In the sense, I have not done it yet, but that's my imagination where it draws me, and I like pets. I like spending time with them. and I am more into artistic things. So that's about me in a nutshell. Thank
And
you.
dislikes. Coming up to the much harder one.
Dislikes. Okay. Top of my mind, I can just think of one thing maybe. If people are too straightforward, I would like it. Rather than some people want to convey something to you, they go all around the world and come. And that too, they don't tell it to you directly. They will address it as if they're telling to somebody else, and they'll be actually talking about you. So such indirect things where it's like one arrow shooting two mangoes. I don't like such conversations, which is very dishonest. For me, I would like to be more upfront. If you don't like me, say you don't like me and move away. It's fine. So that's one dislike is fine, right? I'm not able to think of another one.
Chalo, theek hai. We are giving time to, what should I call you? Should I call you Maria?
Juliet.
Juliet. So this is the time I'm giving you, Juliet. Think about your two other dislikes also. I'll come back to you. And thank you so much for speaking.
All right.
And I loved hearing you. Chalo, Juliet, now nominate somebody from the audience, from our team.
I don't see the faces. I just see two faces. One is Muskan and... Okay, I'll go with Muskan.
So the people who did not turn on their videos, see who Juliet actually took the name of. So the more you interact, the more people remember your face. And the more, because everybody paid equally, right here. So क्यों ना interaction भी equally रखना, right? So the more you interact, the more I can see your face, the more others can see your face, the more they'll interact with you, right? Chalo. Thank you so much, Juliet. So we are coming up to Muskan. Hello, Muskan.
I am Muskan. I'm kind of an introvert in the beginning, so I won't talk much about it. I like reading books and listening to music. I like staying at home. I kind of like living alone. And I don't like crowds, like crowded places. Sometimes I don't like people.
Also, what you like?
I like reading books and music.
Music. What kind of music do you like, Muskan?
Actually, varies according to the mood. But
According to the mood. Is there any song which you play again and again? Like on repeat?
Now, it's Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush.
Which one?
Running Up the Hill.
Oh, nice. Okay, Muskan. Beautiful. Okay, Muskan, you can nominate somebody.
I'll go with Richie.
Richie. See everyone. Great, Muskan.
I think we are the only 4 people who have turned on the cameras.
Very true. Very true. Nahi, Supriya bhi have also turned on her camera. I can see Supriya also.
Yeah, actually, I'm out. I'm sitting inside the car. That is the reason my face is not
Totally okay. No problem.
yeah.
Chalo, Richie. Yes, Richie.
Yes. So before I begin with my introduction, I was just seeing Muskan when her face appeared on the screen. So your smile is very beautiful. I think you should go into the crowded places and show people your smile. You look good. Even ma'am, your smile is really very beautiful. Right. So who am I? I am a researcher. I am a writer. I am a teacher. And I like to discover about myself, but then this discovery is still not complete. So I keep on exploring about myself, learning about me. So that's who I am. Then what are my likes? My likes are I like reading, I like nature, and I like music. Then my dislikes. I do not like people who are double-faced, or maybe they are not true to you. So they say something and then behind your back they are something else. I don't like such people. And what else? I don't like work overload. So I'm working also, and it's quite frequent that such things happen.
I can feel you.
So these are the two things. Something more, yeah, connecting much on the phone because then it keeps on ringing. That is again something which I don't like, especially on holidays. It shouldn't be so. So that's all. That's the three things: three likes, three dislikes, and about me.
Great, Richie. And I think so. You are also an assistant professor.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So I'm into teaching. And
In
so
Bhopal.
yes, yes, yes.
Great.
Okay,
So
so
what do you
now
teach, Richie?
I am into social work and also into human resource management.
Okay, nice. So you are towards like पूरा HRM जो वाला वो वाला हम लोग we study HRM as or organizational behavior.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So I forgot to tell you people that I am also visiting faculty in Amity University. I teach counseling psychology only there.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Also,
great.
I'm a research scholar. I'm doing my PhD, about to complete my PhD.
Same here.
That's why I said that I can feel you. I'm sailing in the same boat.
Okay.
This is the way we actually form rapport, right? You know, the first procedure to move in a counseling, सबसे पहला procedure is your rapport building. If you do not connect to your clients, if you cannot connect to somebody, you cannot have interaction with them, right? Connection is the key. And every individual have their own keys. So we all are different. My likes and so everybody have told about their likes and dislikes. But everybody had their own experiences, own observations, own everything, own life, right? So everybody here is different. Similarly, in a counseling setup itself, every client is different. Every client, somebody would like you to talk to them directly. Somebody would just be there and express themselves. Somebody wants you just sit there, let them get comfortable, and then help them to and support them to just talk about themselves there. If you will be so pushy, they'll not talk. Right? It's very, very simple. It's just like friendship. Very, very basic. This is human nature, right? This is what we do. If I would have been very strict and being very guarded here, you would have not started talking to me. You could see that I was approachable. You started talking about yourself. I know that right now everybody's guarded. Mostly everybody's guarded. And because everybody is new to this situation. It's in a similar way, slowly and steadily, just being with somebody, hanging around. So when the client also comes in your sessions, slowly and steadily you build that connection. And the key is connection. Nothing more than connection. Once you have built a connection with a client, चाहे वो कोई भी client हो, not just I'm talking about counseling, any client in the world, any person you want to interact to, have a good connection to, connection is the key. Connection is the key. अगर मैं नहीं बात करना चाहूंगी आपसे, if I do not want to talk to you, even though you push me at my limits, मैं कुछ भी कर जाऊं जो तुमसे बात कर लो, you will not be talking to me. But if I start being very assertive, very, very caring, very understanding, first of all, understanding, right? These are some very basic skills of counseling. Or we just will not talk about counseling only here. We'll talk about our basic life experiences, because the learnings you get from your own life is the main important element which you put directly in a counseling session. Because that is the main thing, because that's your learning, that's your experience, and you know how to get out of that. Yes. Okay. Ajit is saying, hi, I am Ajit. I am from Kolkata. I am with Emometrics since quite some time, and I love my company with our VP is the best. I know he stands with everybody whenever needed. I love professional helping people and eating a lot. Wish you all best of luck. Have a great learning experience with you. God bless you. Thank you so much, Ajit ji. Thank you so much. We would love to hear from you also after a time when you will be open for the conversation in the session and be free from your client. And of course, counseling, if you want to just come up in a counseling session, I'm coming back to my concept. Counseling is basically interaction. It's giving somebody a direction, right? It's holding somebody, not making them so dependent on you, but giving them a chance to express themselves. Because what happens is, in today's world, nobody wants to listen. Even your family members. I'm telling you, nobody have time for each other. Even you don't have time for yourself. This is the reality. Nobody have time for each other. And the basic thing is that when things are getting piled up, we do not express it at the right time. And have you seen a cooker? You all know cooker, right? So it's cooking. And one day, after the thing is getting prepared, सीटी बज जाती है, right? There's a whistle. And after whistle, if it does not get whistled, the cooker blasts. Our head is similar to our cooker. Just similar to our cooker. We keep on piling things up, and keep all kind of emotions. So emotions plays very, very important in our life. So the more emotionally you are enriched, the more you emotionally express yourself in any form. It's not specific, only some things which you should do to emotional expression. It's your way. Everyone have their own ways. So in clients also, you have to find that what thing does client like, what client does not like, and use that as your strength and help client to express in that ways. For example, many of you have said trekking. Many of you, I think so, Juliet have said that she loves art, right? So art is another one of the major elements which you can use for expression. So we will be doing an art therapy activity together later in the classes. So we will be doing the full thing, and you can see yourself really venting out, because everybody in this world keeps their emotion with themselves. We do not keep again and again expressing. So one of the major technique to express is talking about yourself. Very basic. There is nothing very complicated here. Just talking about the issue, just talking about what you are feeling. Because we do not actually put our thinking and mind in our specific those feelings. We feel that if we are feeling negative about ourselves, and if we are feeling any other negative emotion, तो वो गलत है. सारे emotions ही गलत हो जाते हैं. It's wrong. It's wrong to feel bad. It's wrong to get angry. It's wrong to cry. It's bad to cry. Everybody will see that मैं तो बड़ी weak हूँ. I'm very weak if I cry. And specifically in many, because this is also culturally inclinated in us. We have in initial stages itself, we have been nurtured like that कि नहीं रोते नहीं है, please stop crying. देखो देखो चींटी मर गई, ऐसे बोलते हैं. And we step on something and कि नहीं, see, if something have hit you, we step back. कि देखो, we have hit back. And we say that we do not now have to cry. So what we have learned, this is the culturally learned experiences which are there in our unconscious minds. So the unconscious mind. So there are 3 levels of our mind. One is conscious, one is subconscious, and third one is unconscious. Conscious says that everything which we are learning or seeing or anything which we can experience, whatever we can remember is our conscious mind, which is there in our flick of a second. Yeah, acha, if I have to do this, this is the way of it. This is our conscious mind. Subconscious is if anything for which we have to put some efforts. Acha, I think so I've kept that thing there. I was sitting in that room. So some pressure you give to your mind, and then ekdam se flick of a second, the things come up into your mind. That is your subconscious mind. Understood? And the third thing is your unconscious mind. The things which were very, very anxiety provoking, things which were repressed by your mind, which were which your mind could not handle at that moment, or which have been your learnings since childhood, have been in your unconscious mind. And mostly, whatever our patterns or whatever things we do are very unconscious in nature. We do not, sometimes we do something and then, why did I do this? It was never in my mind. I don't know how I did this. होता है? होता है मुस्कान? है ना? Right? So this all happens, and everything is in our hands and here. सब कुछ इधर ही है. So the better we get control over this, the better we can cope with our stress, situations, issues. Better we can handle our work and life balance. Of course, currently, I can feel that it's really burdening. It's so many events together happens and you have no control over those events. But still giving yourself time. And for example, when I go in metro in the morning, one thing I do is I do not do anything. I just listen to music. Going there and coming back to home. Going to my institution and coming back from my institution. I do nothing. I do not read. I do not keep working upon. So I have seen my friends also, the other colleagues also, just reading about the material, what they have to teach to the students, specifically in metro. But what this is my way to do is that I love listening music. Music gives food to my soul. So what thing I love is I do that. I listen to music every day, even just for 1 hour, because it's my 1 hour, 1.5 hour journey to the college and coming back from college. So it's like specifically giving my time to my friends. My friends are my everything, I am telling you. So my best friend is a grief and trauma therapist. Okay, so whenever there is any situation, we talk to each other. So finding one person in your life, it can be anybody, it can be your friend, it can be your parent, it can be your child, it can be anybody, colleague, it can be your teacher, it can be anybody in the world. Find that one person, just one. Just search for it. Make that bond. You will feel that helpful nature within you, where you can give also and receive also. Because for us, we haven't learned receiving. It's for me, because somebody gives me something, it's very difficult to take. Then I think so that कि क्या करूं मैं अब, मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ? What should I do to just give it back? I cannot receive. Receiving is also one of the very difficult thing. Have you faced that? Anybody? होता है ऐसे?
I used to in the past, but I worked over it throughout the years, and now I receive. I just receive. I don't have.
Beautiful. So this is how actually you can work upon it, and of course everything can be worked upon. The first thing which you can use it is awareness. If I don't know that I have this issue, I will never ever work upon that. Acceptance and accepting, both. Accepting somebody's feedback or advice and acceptance that I have this issue is another very important thing, which we also use in counseling. So everything which you learn, I'm telling you, everything you learn from your own life. I am nobody to teach you. I'm just here to give you techniques, provide you with those coping mechanisms. But your journey is your journey. I can be a person, or anybody who you feel helps you out is a person who can support you. So when you fall back, they can hold you, right? But this is your journey. And we all have our own journeys. We all have our soul goal, which we say. Our soul have a goal. Every life in this, every organism have a soul goal. So we all reach to another levels. Have you seen a game? Every game, anybody, you all play games, mobile games, right? So, for example, if you have cleared one level, you do not come back to that level again. You reach on to the next harder level. Then when you clear that, you reach on to another level. Then when you clear that, you reach on to your next level. So this is how your life also revolves. It evolves, reaching on to the next levels. And one time you fix on some hard level and you keep on repeating. There is one level which you keep on repeating. ये हो ही नहीं रहा है, how can I really clear this? But then also you are the person who cleared it off, right? Even though you can ask techniques to everybody how to clear this level. Have you cleared this level before? But slowly and steadily getting your own strategies is your thing. So everybody can help you out. It's yours. Like, I think so. Varen just said that, right? Varen only have said that we all have our own journeys and we all can do this. So learning from your journey is very, very important. So firstly, the first thing which we did today was understanding what our likes and dislikes are all about, because we never pay attention to that. We never attend. If I ask you what your hobbies are, but are you working upon your hobbies? Mostly everybody will say no. They do not have time for hobbies because nobody have time to. आजकल तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा busy schedule होता है for everybody, and we all are working. We all here are working, right? So of course, when you start working, you do not have life, and when you have a family also, you have to see everything: a family, a work life, your own life, right? You have your own needs and desires, but always remember you are here for yourself, right? You are here for nobody. You are here for yourself. This is your life. This is your journey. So don't stick on to one level. Keep working it. It will be harder, but every end have a new beginning, and every new beginning have its end. So never stick to something like ये अब मैं जिंदगी में कर ही नहीं पाऊंगी. I cannot clear this off. I cannot handle this pressure. Of course, things will be very, very difficult. Life is difficult, right? I totally understand that everybody here have been or may have seen difficult phases of their lives. Things which have asked them to change, because we as human beings, we do not like changes. We never ever like changes. हमारे लिए एक छोटी सी change, if I have to change my seat also in schools, then also it was a big task. Schools maybe we did not like specific seat change. Oh no, now I really have to change my seat, when teacher used to say that, right? So these are some very, very basic elements: acceptance, connection, change, insight, and understanding yourself are the keys to first of all discover yourself. If you understand yourself, you will surely help the other person. Counseling is a basically healing and helping profession. And you do not do that. You are just there to support. Because if you build that dependency upon yourself, that for everything you are helping the client, and for everything client is coming up to you and asking for something, that will create dependency, right? Then your main aim of counseling should be building self-reliance in client, right? I am just saying client because we use client as a terminology in counseling, but client can be anybody, right? And one thing again I want to say, of course, it's totally up to you that whatever you want to give something to somebody. One thing which my supervisor have, when I was working and when I was training, have really asked me and gave a specific lecture to me, because I wanted to do free work for others, right? I really wanted to do that not everybody can give you money. My supervisor said that you take ₹1, just ₹1. The people who cannot pay to you, just take ₹1, but take something. Because the major and important thing is that anything which you give, there is always an energy exchange. So here, this would have been a free session, mostly nobody would have been listening to me. But you have paid something and come here, so you wanted to take something now. You want the knowledge and you want it to be better, right? So whenever you are either giving counseling, so counseling means you have to receive something. It's energy change. Otherwise, the other party who is not giving anything would feel that कि ठीक है आज सुन लिया, tomorrow I do not need to work upon it. ठीक है अब सुन के. Many times we also, that's advice. We give advice, but it's up to the other person that he takes it or not. And mostly the other person do not accept it. He do or she do whatever they want to do. Just take very small amount, very, very minimal amount if you want. But always take something, because when you give something, you want to receive. When you give nothing, you feel it's okay. Free things ko hum aise hi rakhte hain. Have you seen in the organizations also who give you buy one get one free offers and everything like that? Of course, we try to, there is a huge population who really want to receive from that. But the way of receiving is very different. When somebody invests something in something, you want to receive. And you'll understand and listen carefully. And when the other party do not want to, they'll just be very, very okay with it. Yeah, theek hai, sun liya. Understanding? And it's up to you. See, this was my learning, which I have learned. Baki, it's up to you. My work, if I had heard about this, my work and my duty was to tell you people. Right? Baki, it's a beautiful profession, as Viron just said. It's a beautiful profession for us. It's moreover, more than client, it's you who gets your own identity. You get that happiness, satisfaction of helping people. And it's the best and beautiful experience out there. Similarly, for being teaching. So I worked as a therapist pehle. So I took therapies. I loved when my clients used to say that, ma'am, after taking sessions from you, I really feel a change in myself. I can feel that motivation in myself. Thank you for this. So when they were grateful, I used to feel that confidence and that thing in myself. But when I came up to teaching, when I started teaching, it was again very different thing for me. And I felt that connection with teaching more than taking therapies. So I was a therapist, and I am a therapist, of course. I am MPhil in counseling psychology. I've done my MPhil in counseling. So I know everything about that. But the thing is, the connection I had with students later was much more beautiful experience, which I really want to carry on with. Right? So this is my experience, which I'm telling you. So I love teaching. I love interacting with people, because with teaching, you meet very different people, different mind, different things, and you explore more, you grasp more, you absorb more. Right now, we all are here together. So mostly many of you have shared your experiences. So I could also relate to it. I could feel that I wanted to absorb from that. And I did that. And many of the other people who are sitting in here must be absorbing the similar way. Right? So I want your perspectives to it. Whatever I said, how much could you understand, and how much could you relate to it?
Okay. So yeah, I could connect with whatever you were saying. Even your teaching experiences and the connections that you have with your students. That was quite relatable. However, I was having a question as well. See, the way you were talking is quite like different from the world that we have around. For instance, when we think of something quite different, like helping people or certain aspects that you were having in your talk, that was quite different from what the normal world is like. So it resists us. It makes us feel like you shouldn't be doing it. How do you take up challenges like this?
So is it in the counseling session or the normal life you're talking about?
Basically, in the normal life. in the normal life.
So how does the outer experience, external experiences, it actually restricts us of not expressing? That's your question?
Yes, like when we think of the stereotypes which are around us, the way we
Hmm.
are socialized, it is giving us a perspective of how to think or how to proceed in our
Of
lives,
course.
a strong notion of what is right and what
Hmm.
is wrong. And to break it at times, or to inspire others to break it, that becomes a challenge for
True.
me. Like it's like with my students also, I feel so. So some of them will be coming with their problems, but then you can't really tell them something which they have learned otherwise to be as right or wrong. So how to do that?
See, the basic thing of it is acceptance again. First of all, we cannot change anybody. This is the first mindset you should keep in your mind. We can build a change, but we cannot forcefully change anybody. So if the other person is accepting, so this is our thing which we have to develop within ourselves, that not everybody will be listening to you. Not everybody will understand what perspective do you have in these situations. You can put your advice ahead. You can give advice, but accepting or not is the other party's uh, thinking patterns, right? So it's like, this is initially, even I faced it as a very difficult thing to handle when everybody had their own stereotypes, their own life, because everybody are different. That's what I said, right? But it was initially very difficult for me. But when I learned within myself that I can bring change in only them, in them who want to get changed, right? If somebody here is questioning me just because they want to question my identity and want to put me or degrade me and just want to get their ego satisfied to just by degrading me, so let it be. If I am taking the negativity and absorbing it, then it's coming up to me. But if I am putting a guard to it and I'm saying that it's okay, so there we use this term, that is, you are agreeing to disagree. So this is the term which we use specifically in counseling also, specifically when we are in a, because every client have their own prejudices. Even you have your own prejudices. Even we are humans, right? So in specifically the people who are from psychology background, they will understand that some people just think that we can read faces and we can just do anything. We can just read whatever they are thinking and everything like that. And everything like that. There are very stigmas also which are there. So there are prejudices related to psychologists also, counselors also. And even as a human being, we are also humans. We have been developed like that. Even we have our culturally things which are in our head. But accepting to disagree is also a way to respect. So this is providing a respectful thing, bringing criteria of respect in mid between a client and a counselor, that it's okay if you feel like that. If it's okay, for example, for a political issue, if I am supporting some other party, there's a maximum time we do not talk about political issues in counseling sessions. But if that have been in a kind of in a session, it have come up now, and you both differ from each other, your issue and the other party's issue or parties differ, and now both parties, so some counselors actually um, start the fight there, because we all think that in our perspective we are right, we are totally right. It can be about any issue, a party, or everything, because for every individual, for even psychologists also, counselors also, we are humans, and humans say that if I can see a perspective, I am right, right? But as a counselor, we build and develop this skill called agreeing to disagree. So if we will not like add on to a specific fight there, we'll not start a fight there. We'll start with saying that I agree. Even you have some points, of course, from your side. You can see some points. It is totally agreed that you are right on those points. In some parts, I am right. I also can see a perspective there, and this is where I am coming from. And it's okay that if we do not agree to this point, it will be, I respect your point, and you should also respect my points. So fight khatam. and understanding that you cannot bring a change in everybody, the person who's not accepting, the person who's arrogant, and the person who is not in that zone to take your things, to take and receive knowledge. It's okay to leave that there and then, because it will not affect the other party. It will affect you as human. Your emotional discomfort will start happening, right? So if you put a barrier there, that I am not going to take that emotional disbalance in me just because of this thing. Of course, you are also right, I am also right, because in a fight also, whenever there is a fight between, regarding, for example, any issue, koi bhi issue ho gaya, now there are two parties and they both can see things from their angles and nobody is wrong. So I specifically in counseling also, we say that nobody is wrong. Emotions are never ever wrong. The behavioral action you take is right and wrong. Some people kill each other, but what made them do that was a perspective which nobody acknowledged. So even I have dealt with people who have murdered other people, but they had a perspective to it. Maybe they were safeguarding themselves, maybe they were, whatever the issue was, it was so instant that this happened, right? So slowly and steadily, when we'll come up, we'll move forward. I'll teach you people the basic counseling skills. These are very, very basic counseling skills we should have. And our main aim should be about this only. Because we all do not have a psychology background, I think so. Right? So talking about the very, very basic things is very important for us. So starting from a layman to a psychologist. Yes, Richie, I hope that I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Actually, this was from a personal experience that I had. So there were certain disagreements between a student and the parent. So I could understand their perspectives, but then when it comes to the parent, that was a very rigid approach that I could find, and then to deal with it was a little difficult. Like, how do you enable them to change their mindset, or how do you make them to understand what the child is feeling? That was the thing.
So I had this case where the parent was really, really very dominating, and it was actually affecting the child, and they came with the issue of child only in the session, that I want this child to get, because he was actually depending upon internet then. He was playing games a lot and he was losing his sleep and everything. So which we call as internet gaming disorder now in TSM. So it was internet gaming disorder issue which came up. And see, the basic thing is, when a child do not get a cushion to express, when there is no expression, because a dominating parent do not let the child express. Unke liye they are right and do whatever I say. And the child, in the initial stage, the child was doing it. And now when the child he had just started with his college. So now the child also feels that now I'm adult. I got that freedom and I can take responsibility of my actions. So this was one of my cases also, in which the parent, in the end also, he was not accepting it. But still, when we asked the child to speak his mind in the front of the parent itself, we had a family session where we had information from client also. We have built with the student also and with the parent also. But parent was disagreeing that this do not happen in our home, but it was actually happening. And there was a direct communication we started. We became the moderator then. Here we will not directly intervene ki tum ye karo, tum wo karo, tum ye karo. Here we will be the moderator and will help the client to speak directly to the parent or directly to that party and confront that what you are doing is wrong. Even I have a life. Of course, you are right on some perspectives. Again, there is no right and wrong. Both have to agree what our aim should be, to bring onto a conclusion, to bring to a mid, right? Win-win situation, we say that, right? To bring on to a mid where even client is understanding and have to lose something and receive something. Similarly, for the other party, where they have to lose something and receive something. And in some instances, it do not happen. They still feel that ki nahi, nahi, everything what I am saying is right. Then you cannot help. Then you can just build on to the party who's listening to you to build their own self and take stand for themselves. Then you cannot make the other party ki push the other party, tum suno, listen to me. You cannot, because the person who's not in a accepting mode will never listen to you. And you have to agree to it. Yeah.
Thank you, Akshita.
Thank you, Richi. Any other question?
Yeah, Akshita. So how is that we can handle such people जो सुनते ही नहीं है?
जो सुनते ही नहीं है उनको हम फिर छोड़ देते हैं. It's for example, many of the clients in the hospital, because I was working in the hospital itself, and it was a rehabilitation center.
Okay.
So mostly the clients are brought by the informants. So the informants wo hote hain, the people who are bringing the clients. Client has not agreed that he or she have issue, but they are brought by somebody else who can see the issue in themselves, in the client itself, right? So they used to bring the client that you take therapy, and it have been seen a very, very discomforting situation sometimes, which is very difficult to handle. But if a client initially is very resistant, you do not push the client. Do not push the client. Speak. I'm here to listen to you. Don't keep speaking that. Just sit. Just let clients be there. You just say that you have paid for 35 or 40 minutes, whatever the duration of the session is. You have done this. I have seen the clients not talking to me 3, 4, 5 sessions. Just silence in the session. And just making sure that I am here through my non-verbal cues, making sure that I am here for you. I am not here to listen to your informants. I am here for you. I can hear you. I'll help you, but only when you'll agree to it. And in maximum, I believe there were 3, 4, 5 sessions which went like doing nothing in the session, just sitting in front, because this was our technique to say that you have paid for 35 minutes or 40 minutes session. It's my duty to just go within the like at least for that 40 minutes or 1 hour session, whatever it is. And after that, you can go. I'm not bounding you. See, even I am ethical. I am ethically configured to do certain tasks, and I have to do this. And it's totally okay. You just sit, you do nothing. I am doing my work, but I'm telling you that I'm here for you. I can hear you, but only if you want. So in the initial sessions, the client do not say anything, but after a point, client starts talking to you. 1, 2, 3 session itne ho gaye, and they are seeking the same face. So you automatically build certain amount of connection with that person. That is association which have happened. So whenever you say that I'm here to hear you, I'm all ears to you, right? So the client also sees that the person is doing, also not pushing me, not forcing me, because many of the clients are initially suspicious कि मुझसे कोई information निकलवा ले. They want information from me. I do not have any issue. And you can start with, this is called psycho-education. In the initial sessions only, you can psycho-educate the client that everyone in this world have issues. Nobody in this world is tension-free or stress-free. Even I, as a human being, have issues. But we are here, we can talk about it. We can discuss about it. And it's totally up to you when you want to do it. Doing then nothing. Then after a few sessions, they start talking that, why are you still doing this? Why are you not speaking? Why are you pushing me like that? I said, I am not doing anything. I'm just sitting. You have paid for the session. I am doing this. Your informants are, and there will be informants also who will be pushing you like anything. कि आप कुछ कर नहीं रहे हो, आप कुछ करो, do something with this person. And sometimes you have to take the side of the client, that it's okay, it's his or her wish. I am here to help this person. Only when the person will agree to it, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm sorry. It's okay. We are sitting here together. And it takes time. Every therapy takes time. It's not like that. कि आज ही हुआ, कल नहीं हुआ. Okay, Veronica? Veronica बोल रही हूँ. I said Veronica Beryl. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Actually, I'm following the session. So it's quite informative. So you can carry on, na?
So did I answer
ऐसे
your
लग रहा है
question?
सुनते ही रहो.
Okay, thank you, Beryl. Now,
Yeah.
any other question?
अक्षिता, I just want to ask, sorry, अच्छा जब अगर किसी के पास नेगेटिव थॉट्स है, बहुत सारे नेगेटिव थॉट्स, तो उसके थॉट को पॉजिटिवनेस में कैसे चेंज कर सकते हैं?
So there are different techniques to it. So slowly and steadily you can do certain, for example, there are thoughts. So thoughts are recurring. Kabhi hota thoughts are coming directly, even though you are doing something else also, still the thoughts are coming. It is majorly seen in traumatic situations. You have seen a trauma related thing, and now things have been recurring in your mind, and it do not stop. So for stopping those thoughts, first of all, you have to divert your thoughts. We cannot change it to directly to positive. एक दिन में तो बुखार भी ठीक नहीं होता, right? It takes time. So even working on those thoughts, and first of all, the first situation is distracting your thoughts, doing something else then. For example, if there are thoughts, just watch TV. Start painting or doing something which you like. Or for example, if you are, because we will be doing this in a very elaborative way in the hamare foregoing sessions. I'll teach you people what all we can do. But in the initial sessions, I just want to tell about some strategies. That is just distracting your thought is the first one. Just start doing something else. Ground yourself. Grounding is another very, very next important thing. You know what is grounding? Grounding is you can feel the ground, like settling yourself. Just sit in a position and just take 5 deep breaths. Just 5. In the 5 count inside, keeping for 5 counts and then releasing after 5 counts. And at least 5 to 10 times you should do this, right? And otherwise, the third one is, which we say is cognitive repetition. That is, if a thought is saying that I'm not good enough, I cannot do anything, why this happened to me, I cannot face it. These are the thoughts which comes in our mind. So repeating against those thoughts, that is, I am good enough, through your mouth. So when you speak through your mouth, you can hear, all your 5 senses are aroused. When your 5 senses are aroused, you can actually feel that. So repetition of whatever you have said, that is, I am good enough. No, I'm good enough. I'm thinking extra. I'm overthinking. I am very beautiful. I am good. I can do this. Have you heard the song I'm Unstoppable wala? Did anybody hear?
Yes.
Please hear that song. So it actually gives me goosebumps sometimes.
It gives me
So just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Put your earleads and just play that song. So it's a kind of a manifestation that you are unstoppable. You are that person who actually can get anything. It will take time. Anything we want always take time, right? But it will surely happen. And the key is yourself. So you have no brakes. Your car do not have any brake. You are ongoing and overflowing. If you want, you can actually get whatever you want. But of course, every time remember that things take time. Nothing is instant. Even Maggie ko bhi bolte na that it's a 2-minute Maggie. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to cook. It's just the branding thing which they have said, the 2-minute Maggie. Even Maggie is also not for 2 minutes, not made in 2 minutes, right? So please do listen to any other song which you like. Put your earleads, listen to that song in a full outburst of music. पूरा कान में बजना चाहिए वो. It's lovely to hear like that. So these are some techniques. So we will be working upon this. We will be talking more about this and exploring more about this. Today was just our introduction session, understanding each other, starting with knowing me as your facilitator and me knowing you people as my team, right? And of course, this will be our safe sessions. This will be a safe space. I would really request and I really want that this should be our safe space where we actually can express whatever our needs and thoughts are here. And nobody, of course, the main thing which I request you all is anything if everybody have shared here should not go out of the session. This session is us. And nothing should go out of the session. So I really request you all to maintain that confidentiality. And even if the sessions are recording, these recordings will also not go to any other person who can see this. Okay?
Yes, guys, you can relax on this. This will be shared with only the participants of the course.
Yes.
Okay? So you don't have to worry, like it will be shared with somebody else also.
So don't worry about that. And I will surely, and Pratishtha will surely take care of that.
For sure.
Yes. Okay. So any other question? We have not actually went through the PPT also. I was trying कि मैं शुरुआत करूँ presentation की, but I think so. आज तो हम ज़्यादा कर ही नहीं पाएंगे. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I'll start with the basic of counseling. So this is the fundamental counseling and fundamentals of counseling skills. What is basically counseling? Counseling, we have just said and discussed, is emotional support and giving emotional support to your clients, giving that strength, that I would say that pattern of thinking that I am here for you, but it's your journey, it's your life, move ahead, but I'm here for your back to save you. But I'll not be your savior. I can support you, but I cannot save you. You are the only person who can save yourself. I here can always help you to come out of those negative thoughts. Okay, Salma, are you there?
Yes.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yes, Akshita. Because it's not me who has a negative thought, but I come across the people who always carries this negative thoughts. If we try to put them into the positiveness also, like if we try to show them, नहीं ऐसा नहीं आपके जो thoughts है वो गलत है. It's देखो आप positiveness में सोचो, positive लो, हर एक चीज को positive में लो. No, again they carry this negative.
True.
So that's the reason I just asked you कि जो लोग ऐसे negative thoughts छोटी छोटी चीज के लिए भी छोटी छोटी बातें भी वो नेगेटिव में ले लेते हैं. अगर कोई सामने वाला उनको कुछ सही करने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो उसको भी वो नेगेटिव में लेके बातें करते हैं. हाँ.
Very
true. Because I come across this type of people, and moreover the man who was in my life, even he has that negative thoughts. That's the reason I just asked this question.
Very true. No, हमें हर चीज को पॉजिटिव नहीं बनाना है. It's just understanding excuse me, understanding and accepting those thoughts and moving towards a better way of coping. That should be our aim. Not every time we can change everything for positive. Of course, taking a very important experience lesson from it. And because your life, wo jo bol rahe na, that I just talked about that game, that level also repeats till the time you do not learn from it. So once you start learning and applying in your life, your level gets finished. You reach on to the next level.
Yes.
Actually, what I feel is like negative thoughts. पहले तो what negative thoughts they are. ऐसे मुझे ऐसे when I speak to myself also. I will not say that I don't get negative thoughts. I do get negative thoughts, but this is the way how I handle it with myself. I'm just sharing it with you people.
Sure.
So like first thing I ask myself, this is like, why this negative thought? Then when I get a logic reason कि यार इस चीज के लिए है, तो then I acknowledge it. Okay, for example, simple, I will say I might get some negative fear for my daughter. So then I will ask myself, why is it am I getting this negative emotion for her? So then I come to a conclusion, oh, because I love her so much. So again,
Wow.
yeah. So that is that I get a logic. So simply because I love her so much, I'm getting, and it is quite normal. तो जब मुझे अपने आप को मैं समझाती हूँ कि it is
True.
okay, it is okay with that negative emotion, it is okay for that fear to come, because the reason is because I love her. So I come to that okay feeling, you know. So there comes that
Very true.
yeah, that negative emotion is deleted automatically. So whenever you get a negative thought, you need to actually raise a question, why this negative thought? So when you get a reason for that, you acknowledge it. Oh, इसके लिए हो रहा है, अच्छा तो ये बात है, तो ठीक है चलेगा, ओके ना, हाँ तो ऐसे. So you just, you know, that is how then when you become, emotion is the root. Okay, एक बार emotion आपका normal हो गया ना, तो that means negative emotion thought भी चला गया. Got it? So that's how I
Beautiful.
handle it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, मैं तो
So this
I will
is
say कि that
इसको भी
I
बोलते हैं,
have,
you know.
I have
You know,
been
wherein what is this called? This
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah.
This is called Socratic questioning.
अच्छा. Okay.
But I did not wanted to use a specific terminology
Yes, okay.
here.
Jargons. Okay. नहीं, I like काफी like
Beautiful.
because I
I
have
was
been a
forgetting
single-
about this.
Yeah, I have been a single mom now, so I have really lived a lot of years with so many fears and negative emotions and overcome it on my own, you know, खुद पे ही. That's what actually it's been my journey. So ऐसे ही सीखा है, काफी कुछ पढ़ाई से नहीं सीखा है.
Very true.
Okay.
Nothing you'll read and understand from books. Your life is
Yeah.
your book. It will
Correct.
teach you
वैसे ही सीखा है काफी
everything.
कुछ. Yeah. Okay.
Very true.
Carry on, Akshita.
Thank
Yeah.
you Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Anyone else who would like to share something? Their experiences? Yes, Maria.
Me.
Huh.
Yeah, Akshita. So when you were sharing your experience, you mentioned something about your energy getting transferred to the other person, like a transaction that happens. So I got an answer from that point that you made, because I, as an individual, I would spend a lot of time with people. Like when I get to know them, I get to know them at a very deeper level. So that's how I build my friendship. And there used to be one person in particular, like 14 years I've spent or invested on that person in rectifying that person's traumas and fears and depression and all of that. So it would come in a recurring, every time I would counsel, and next time the same questions arise and she comes back to me asking the same questions and I have to give her the same solution. She falls in the same pit and she comes back and asks for the same solution. So this would go on for 14 long years, and then because it became too toxic, where I was getting drained out. So my energy was getting too much transferred to her, in the sense the positive was getting sucked like a vampire. So now I got the answer from your side. Maybe I shouldn't have just given, and I should have made it like a transaction where she also gives. So all these years I had a question, why I'm putting in so much effort, there's not making any effort, there's no any result out of it. I got an answer now that result was not coming because I was not allowing her to give from her side. So for now, because I realized this is going nowhere, I've just stopped it. There is just silence from my side, allowing that person to realize. And that's what I wanted to share. Thank you for that point.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much. Of course, I totally agree to that. And thank you so much for expressing yourself also to me. And taken up as a kind of a very important point. Also, one thing I would like to add upon that is you cannot always pour from an empty cup, because you have your own cup. You keep on pouring it, pouring it, pouring it. One day your cup will be empty from yourself. Keep your things to yourself. Give only that much so that some things remain with you also. Your energy is similarly like that. So specifically, this is the concepts of spiritual psychology, or which we say existential psychology, which I follow the most. I am from that area. That's my area, which I love, the existence, why I am existing in this world, or everything like that. So it talks about spirituality more. And spirituality is not just om chanting and meditation. It's very, very much more above that. It's all about energies. It's all about, so some people are actually like that because they are very, very empty from themselves, empty from their own side, who do not want to actually regain their cup, and they want you to fill their cup, and you keep filling their cup, and your own energy drains, and you're left with nothing, and they have something in their cups now. So every time when you used to pour in her cup, she used to get that energy, because she was herself empty from her side, because wo bhi kahin laga rahi hai zarur energy, right? And because not learning from situations also is like emptying your cup. So through many things which you like doing, where you feel that now I need to put a full stop there, actually fills your cup. And do not hold to certain things or certain toxic relationship, because it hampers you as individual. I'm not saying about your relationship in a very general form. I'm saying that do not keep holding from one side. It should be always hold from two sides. If that other person is also holding on to that rope, then only you can pull and push each other. But if you are just keep pushing and pulling, all the weight is on your hand, and one day it will get loosened down, and then all your self-esteem, self-concept, self-confidence get drops, and you feel so guilty about putting those so much years and efforts, I would say, not years, time, everything in that, where you were just holding that, and it was just hurting you. So वो guilt उस time का नहीं होता है, guilt उन efforts का होता है. It's all, the guilt is about those efforts, not that time.
You're very true. So I feel those guilt sometimes coming to me back over and over, and then I have to talk to myself and say, it is okay, you have done enough.
Yes.
And I had to allow myself to get healed. Now, what concerns more is, in my back of the head, I think somewhere I have, because it became a habit of doing the right thing all the time, even though I was getting, in return, I would get hurt. So that person would vent their frustration to hurt me, because they couldn't vent it anywhere else. All right. So that I would start feeling, okay, maybe she needs me. What if she needs me? What if she needs me? That would keep taunting me. But somehow I just discipline myself not to keep in touch, so that they could live their life. Maybe they'll find their own. So that point was very, it gave an answer to my question, which I had all the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Anyone else who would like to share something? Now I think so we are in the end of our session. We have 10 minutes left, right? So in these 10 minutes, I would really request, from tomorrow, we will start with our basic counseling skills sessions, where I will be talking more about the counseling sessions. And of course, understanding our own lives as an experts, right? We are experts of our life. We get answers. Universe gives us answers. And that's true. It can be in any form, through anybody. But if we have asked something, if we have asked for something, it will surely give you back. It's just that. Yes. So I would really request you all to talk about the session. How was your experience for today? And what all you think to be added upon?
Yeah. So now I'll be speaking. Akshita?
Yes. Sure.
Yeah. So Akshita, I would say that the day one session was very interactive and very informative also. मतलब day one में ही ऐसा लग रहा था नहीं अभी नहीं खत्म होना है थोड़ा और it was, and I would say you really did a great job. अच्छा लगा good because it's what I feel is बात करना आसान है लेकिन किसी को बिठाकर अपनी मर्जी से हमारी बातें सुन that is a task very wonderfully. Yes, and I because I will say कि like as I am a corporate trainer ना तो मुझे ऐसे थोड़े सेशंस वगैरह ना इतने जल्दी
we lost you.
जल्दी इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो जाती हूँ
हाँ.
लाइक इट डजंट टेक्स मी इनटू इट इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होता है तो अरे कम ऑन ये तो मुझे आता है ना अरे ये तो मुझे ही मालूम है ऐसे हो जाता है समझा तो but your session was really good. I really enjoyed this session and day one के लिए it was good, very good. Loved it. Thank you so very much and expecting more and more like this. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you so much for adding upon so beautiful points in this session. Your interaction made the session beautiful.
Achha.
Everybody's interaction made it so beautiful.
Thank you
you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vera.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we move on to the next one? Yes, Richie.
Yeah, it was a very informative session for me. Not a usual one with a PPT, but then different, where you were speaking and sharing your experiences and answering to our queries. So yeah, that was a great learning from the rest of the people also, the participants, when they started sharing their experiences and the ways of tackling that was really very inspiring. So looking forward to such sessions in future as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richie. That really meant a lot to me. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Akshita, your session
Yes,
was
sir.
really very good and it was very informative and positive is रहे पहले सेशन से ही and at the end we'll be more and more skillful and
of course
it's really very good. So
thank you so much,
the first session itself it's so like अभी वो खत्म नहीं होना सेशन खत्म नहीं होना अभी सुनना है. I'm feeling like that.
Abhi to we are together for at least 16 sessions we'll have together, so we have time.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so we will surely build upon this, and of course, thank you so much, Salma. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Akshita. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your experience. Yeah, really, it's like what Veron told is a right thing. I accept that. सामने वाले की बात बैठ के patiently से सुनना. It's really when you make the session in a way where everyone should listen. It's really a great thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Salma. Really means a lot. Thank you for boosting my self-confidence, everyone. We can do this together.
Yeah, Akshita. So points for me is the moment we all came here, you said this is a safe environment where we can be ourselves. So I think some of us are from the background where we are shy and we cannot talk certain things, embarrassing moments, so it's a safe environment. And we are complete strangers from different backgrounds coming here. And for us to be open, even without knowing each other, I think this is a good environment if that's the case, right? And we can learn from each other's experiences, each other's failures, each other's good experiences, and also accept things for what it is. Now, if someone is saying I'm an angry person, we cannot say okay fine and build a negative opinion about them, but just accept them as they are and then get to know each other, so we get more experiences out of each other. So it was good. This session was good. Looking to know more and grow, and that's together, right?
Very true. Thank you so much, Maria. Surely we'll grow together this whole 16 sessions. Hello, Muskan.
It was very informative for me because I'm like new to this. So I've learned a lot today. And I like the way you spoke, how you were interactive with us. I'm actually usually really shy at first, so this was nice.
Very thankful to you. Thank you so much, Muskan. And thank you everyone for opening your cameras also. It's very like feeling of togetherness comes from seeing faces of each other. So now I know you people. So someday if we meet, we can remember each other, right? Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So now we are moving towards the end. Pratishtha, I hope, of course, you people, I'm so happy that you liked the session. Moving towards the more positive sessions where we will be doing certain activities together also. So my sessions are not like PPTs and then I'm teaching and you listening. It's like interaction. So that's why in the first session itself, I told you people that this will be your self-discovery sessions. So there will be certain therapies which we'll be doing together, and that will be majorly focused on understanding your own selves and accepting who you are. So sometimes we leave things behind and just move, but those things actually trigger us somewhere or the other. So I really would like to help you all to understand what those triggers were and how to actually cope with them. So in the future session, we will be more focused on that. Okay.